What's up, everybody out there? Welcome to the MrMaple Show. I'm Corbin. It's my homie Brian. Today, we're going to be doing something that we do every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Be dropping 10 of the 20 trees that are going to be dropping on the website today at 10 p.m. You know, you might be wondering, well, this is at 9 a.m., Corbin. Yeah, we're showing you a little sneak peek of what you can expect to see on that sale. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna show some cool plants. Hanging with my homie in this beautiful garden. Does life get much better than that?
No, man, we're straight up vibing today. We were excited to get back outside. We've been kind of hiding in the greenhouses for all through winter and early spring. Now we're back outside, man. The sun's out. Spring is here, everything's leafed out, looking glorious, man. The greenhouses look just optimum right now, just crazy colors going on. It's a good time to be at MrMaple, and a good time for y'all because we got some great plants coming up for you. Let's get right into this thing, man. I wanted to start kind of hitting on a high note today. We got a beautiful, beautiful cultivar for you, Acer Palmatum Pink Princess.
Yeah, this one's super dope. A really nice, compact, variegated variety. Introduced here at MrMaple, found by Carl Munn. Super rare tree.
Yeah, shout out to Carl Munn, one of my mentors, man. He's been a good friend to me over the years, all the collecting I've done. Definitely one that's really, really cool, man. We got a broom form here of a variegated tree, which is super rare. I mean, you don't see that broom form with variegation on it very often at all. This has got tiny leaves. I'm talking just so small. Be awesome to see this like in a bonsai form. I think it'd be really cool. And this only gets like 4 by 4 in 10 years. So stays very dense, very small, very compact, and just gives you a wide array of colors. And especially depending on where you grow this, you can put it in some shade. You get some lighter tones of pink, get it out in the full sun areas. And this thing will really, really kind of brighten up that pink color. It's like a hot pink with that green. It's intense.
Yeah, I mean, you know, judging from the tree that it came off of, that Benny Shishigashira, being a broom from that, I mean, it just shows that it holds those characteristics that we love from Benny Shishigashira, and it's in a smaller package. I know that Jason Skaggs, he was at the open house a couple of weeks ago, and he picked up a giant pink princess, dude. And I was a little jealous, I'll be honest. I thought those were really pretty, and it was awesome to see them leaf out again. Guys, these are going to go quick today, so make sure to pick one up.
2-gallon size for you guys. Pick one up. All right, guys, next up on the table, man, one of the classics, one of my favorites. This thing is absolutely amazing. We got Acer Palmatum Shishigashira.
Yeah, this one is super dope. It is one that is in a lot of top 5s. I think just because like durability alone, if this was just a nice green and it had the durability that it has, I think that it would be a lot of people's, you know, in that top range. But it also has a crinkling of the leaf. It has great fall color, great shape, structure. Awesome tree in general.
Yeah, this thing's bulletproof. I mean, this is one you can put in some really high heat areas and not really worry about that leaf burn. Really good, strong grower too. I love just kind of its very rigid habit to it. Kind of the stoic appearance in the garden. I recently planted a 10-gallon size of this in my garden, man, and it's just really showing out. Kind of gives you this interesting texture. You know, there's not a lot of trees that does what Shishigashira does with that crinkle and that curl, that ruffle. It's really, really nice. The leaf shape on this is extraordinary. I think it just heightens its appearance, even though, you know, it kind of has that green color that kind of can sometimes fade into the background. But because of that crinkle on it and that rigid kind of structure, it really stands out, even in a green background.
Yeah, well, that's like, you came over to my house not too long ago, man, and you gave me a shishi. And I have it next to a lot of other greens, man, and it does. It just has like the darkness of the leaf. It's a little darker shade of green than a lot of your regular other trees, but that texture just sets it apart. I think that's something that I try to play around with in my garden is like texture of the leaves.
Yeah.
And even like we were talking about on that green on green pairings, this one is just so drastically different. The one that Brian gave me, man, it's just like beautifully leafed out. It's like almost like the sail in the garden of Shishigashira, dude.
Dude, we totally enable each other. We're always like, bro, I got this tree, man. You need to get one of these, and I'll hook him up with something, and he gives me a gift back. It's so much fun, man, to kind of be into gardening with all of you people and together here at the farm. It's really cool, man. This thing in the fall, especially when they get some good size on it, man, it's so dynamic. I mean, you see all these little cool little ruffled cut leaves, crinkled leaves just turn into some blazing oranges and reds. Really, really exciting in the fall time. I mean, I think it just hits on so many levels. Definitely one you need in your collection.
That is for sure, guys. Shishigashira. Guys, next up, Talon Buchholz's introduction. And, you know, we always do a little bit of preliminary reading, make sure we are giving you the facts. And Brian was reading that the translation of the word Johin means elegant.
Yeah, man. This thing is freaking awesome, right?
Yeah, I feel like you could call like almost every, you know, Japanese maple Johin.
Yeah.
But this one is super cool. It's got a really nice leaf shape. It's a shirasawanum hybrid. That'll give you some nice colors.
Yeah, really, really interesting cultivar. One that I got early on in my collecting days back in Oklahoma. I planted this in a lot of shade back then because, you know, we had that high heat in Oklahoma. If you're in those kind of location, you want to give it a little protection from the hot afternoon sun. But you can really get some interesting gradients of colors with this one, depending on where you plant it. You can get some really nice kind of red maroon colors. You can also get kind of these purple mahogany tones. If you get it deeper into shade with like green veining in it, it's really, really cool. I love that you can get such a variety of color out of one plant like that, depending on where you plant it in your garden.
Yeah, I think something that I've kind of noticed as I continue on collecting and being around the plants is that those reds, like the red and green varieties, really have like that dynamic color. You know, it doesn't necessarily be like as well portrayed in a photo because, you know, it's like a snapshot.
Right.
But just kind of seeing these every day and like watching them change is just something that's so nice. And I really feel like those reds and green, like the red with green veining, really kind of play into that. I think a lot of pairings work well with this. A lot of those other shirasawanum hybrids, maybe that Sensu or like Mikado or something like that, playing with. I think all those kind of come out of like the same kind of sister seedling set. And they're just kind of plug and play on those, which is pretty fun. But yeah, guys, Johin is an awesome one for your garden. Guys, coming up next, we got an awesome circinatum witch's broom right here. We got Jag, J-A-G, super cool tree. It's always awesome to see, you know, maybe not native to North Carolina, but native to Oregon, the circinatums. Especially whenever they start to get a little bit of cultivation going on with them.
Yeah, really cool. It's got kind of that, almost that full moon style leaf, but being that broom, it's a smaller size leaf. You even get some of that broom characteristic with the short rounded lobes on that. Great texture on this thing, super like dense, compact, lots of branching already even at a young age. Really, really interesting texture and color. I mean, that bright green is just really kind of illuminating right now, especially you get it out in a little bit of sun. It kind of plays, that light kind of plays through that leaf, gives you like different shades of green as the light plays through it. I like that.
Yeah, I enjoy the circinatums. Sometimes they're a little bit harder to grow here in this side of the country. But I think recommending some nice, really good, well-draining soil, making sure, you know, you're getting a lot of water on this guy, and making sure you put it in the right location. All those can, you know, go towards getting a nice, healthy plant in the landscape.
Yeah, so this is rated zones 6 through 9, so definitely keep that in mind if you're going to purchase one of these today. But really cool broom form of a circinatum. Definitely pick one of these up.
Beautiful red fall colors, too.
Whew. All right, guys, coming up next, we got Acer Palmatum, rustling in the pink. Sometimes just listed as in the pink. You'll see it kind of both ways on that, but this is an awesome cultivar. I mean, if you're into the color pink and you need a splash of something vibrant in your garden, check this one out.
Yeah, this one is an awesome introduction from Rustling Nursery up in New York.
Yeah.
I think this one is just funny because, you know, it's not one that's in my present, like, you know, I'm always thinking about it, but it'll be next to some other upright reds or some other red dwarf varieties. And that's the first one you pick up and you're like, oh man, like that's rustling in the pink, man. Like this one is got some definite, sets itself apart in the landscape, in the garden, in the greenhouse too, which I think is really important.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one that's underrated in my opinion. I think you're right. I think it's always one that catches your attention, especially when you got some sets in the greenhouses. And I think, you know, if you're looking for a smaller red, you know, there's a lot of other smaller reds out there, but this gives you that bright picked up pink red. So it really, really brings kind of some dynamic splash of color. It has these smaller leaves, very rounded leaf on it as well. Dwarf variety, man, this thing only gets about 6 feet in 15 years. So like it's going to take some time to get out there. So it's not going to outgrow your space too quickly. Really, really nice cultivar. I love this thing.
Yeah, I would definitely pair this up with maybe some like Kiyohime action, any of those like Kiyohime, Kurohime, you know, Otohime, like all those sort of other dwarf varieties. I mean, you could even pair this up with like a Rhode Island Red and kind of have them playing against each other.
Absolutely.
You start to see notice the difference in that leaf shape, that color.
Yeah.
Super cool one, guys. Rustling in the pink. Don't miss out.
All right, here we go. We got another awesome tree for you guys. Acer, platanoides, Rezek.
Yeah, this one is really cool. Introduction by the man at Rezek himself, you know, his after his namesake, obviously. This one's a really cool one. Very columnar platanoides, man.
Yeah, man, this thing's got some really nice big leaves, but it has these like serrated edges on it. I mean, the texture's crazy on it, and the way it just layer, very reminiscent of like Macava, but in that platanoides realm. So it's kind of a cool kind of connection between those two. Really love the texture on this. It's crazy, man. Very tight, dense habit, and that narrow shape I think really sets it apart, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a couple large ones at Buckholtz that you probably be seeing some pictures or videos of right now.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are like maybe 12 foot tall, 8 foot tall. That's a long time worth of growth, because this one grows about 6 feet every 10 years.
Yeah.
And about by 1 foot wide.
Yeah.
So
isn't that crazy?
it is. Sometimes you'll get some vigorous growth that comes out. Just make sure to trim that out to make sure this has, you kind of accentuate that dramatic kind of columnar effect.
Yeah, no, we always try to make sure we mention this. This is going to be a little bit different zones than your typical Japanese maples. You're looking at zones 4 through 8. So definitely if you're in that colder climate, pushing that zone 4, this is your tree right here, especially if you're looking for something nice and narrow in your garden. You got a tight little spot, you need a splash of color and texture. This is the way to go.
Beautiful yellow colors during the fall on this one too.
Nice.
Coming up next, an awesome species maple, a different species. We got Acer laevigatum Hong Long.
This thing is absolutely wild, man. This is one of those that, like, I think for me, like, I keep asking myself, why don't I have this in my collection? This is going to be like a semi-evergreen maple for most climates. This can go zones 6 through 10, so it can really, really handle the heat. Beautiful, beautiful shades of color on this thing. I mean, this is about as close to, you know, you hear people joke around about blue maples. This is about as close to blue that you can get with this thing. It has these weird like blue sheens, these purple sheens that come through it with these like burgundy color. I mean, it's just wild. The spectrum of colors on this is crazy.
Yeah, I really like this one. I believe it was collected by Mark Wethington at the J.C. Ralston.
Yeah.
He collected it as a species maple, and it ended up being very drastic from the actual species.
Right.
So Matt and Tim threatened to put his name on this as Acer laevigatum, Mark Wethington. But he's like, well, just go with Hong Long. That means like red dragon. Obviously, there's a couple red dragon maples in the trade already, but this is a Hong Long is a Chinese translation instead of Japanese. Super cool one. I just love the transition of colors like you're talking about. It's really cool to see during the fall time too, whenever you start getting some red. This thing might not drop all of its leaves depending where you are in that zone range. But don't be surprised if it does drop everything in a leaf back out. Super cool one that you're gonna really enjoy in that crazy garden.
Hong Long. Next up on the table, we got Acer Japonicum Meujaku.
Oh yeah, this one is an awesome Japonicum variety. Probably my favorite Japonicum, at least the very first one that I got introduced to. I just love that kind of dynamic leaf shape that it's got on it and the beautiful fall color.
Yeah, this leaf can get really good size on this thing, and the serrated edges, that deeply divided lobes, gives that reminiscence of the peacock feather, right? This is also seen listed as the dancing peacock. We list it as Meujaku here at Mr. Maple. But beautiful, beautiful colors in the fall. You can get a kind of a nice splash of different colors, some reds, some yellows, some oranges, all on that leaf at the same time. It really, really puts on a show in the fall. I think that's what, you know, Japonicums are known for, but you get the texture, kind of that plus on this one. I love whenever a cultivar can like hit on a lot of levels, not just great fall color, but also give you some amazing texture with that finely cut leaf on this.
Yeah, I just love my Meujaku. You can find this one under a lot of different names. Ooh. I just love Japonicums, man. They're just super beautiful, great fall color. And I just love my Meujaku. Just how dynamic that leaf. I mean, we talk about texture. This is gonna look unlike any other varieties of Japonicum. It's gonna look unlike any other palmatum that you're gonna have, and it's just gonna set itself apart. You can find this one under a couple different names, you know, Meujaku, Aconitifolia, Dancing Peacock, all those talking about the same plant, Acer Japonicum, Meujaku. It's a great plant during the fall time.
All right, here we go. Another amazing tree. I mean, we're hitting today, right? We got a lot of great cultivars for you guys. Acer Palmatum, Shiraname.
Oh yeah, man, this one is straight up amazing. One of those older cultivars. I know that Brian and I were looking at this one just kind of in awe the springtime with that kind of like cherry pinkish, like almost apple-y color that like leaves out with. Almost like this translucent, beautiful tree with a very nice leaf.
Yeah, I love this style of leaf. Kind of gives you that Matsumura style leaf shape. Great texture on this thing, man. This is going to be a tree that kind of has a lot of multi-branching. You know, it's going to be an upright tree, but it's going to be in a very thick kind of, you know, bushy form to it. So it really provides a lot of leaf texture to the garden. Great color. I mean, it starts to get like this yellow kind of background to the leaf where it just really highlights that kind of pink overtone over top of that. And then especially once you get into the summer, you know, it starts to fade to these green tones, and then you get that pop of color again in the summer months. It really, really looks exciting out in the garden. I mean, it's just glowing out there, man.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks super beautiful. I know that this is like one of Elizabeth Mundy's like kind of favorite trees.
Yeah.
I think Matt and Tim did a podcast where she kind of poured her heart out about this tree and just talked about how cool it is. And I definitely have started to look at it a little differently. We have a really nice large set of this one today, guys. I know a lot of people are asking for it in the comment section down below. So yeah, you don't want to miss out on this one. Great tree.
Woo! All right, last but not least, man, we got that lemon yellow sun right here, guys. Acer Palmatum Yellow Cascade.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a cascade in the garden, man? I love those Ryusen style trees, especially when you start to get a couple of different colors going on them. This is a beautiful introduction from the man himself, Talon Buchholz.
Talon Buchholz, man, he always hits them right, man. This is one that I absolutely love. I have this in my collection, and I'll tell you kind of an exciting way to grow this. I've got it in a really beautiful red pot, so that yellow is just popping even more. And I also have it on a plant stand, so it's kind of elevated up high to allow that weeping cascading effect come down around that pot. It looks, I'm talking prime right now. Have it in a shady location. You want to kind of protect this one from the afternoon hot sun. You don't want to get those leaves burnt, and it really does kind of play into the characteristic even more with some shade. It gets that really soft, buttery color yellow, that lime green. I mean, it's really, really bright. Definitely can illuminate a spot in your garden for sure with this.
Yeah, I just love the versatility of this tree. You know, stake it up, let it sprawl across the ground, let it mound up. It's just really malleable. You can do a lot of stuff with this tree. It's going to pair really nicely with a lot of your classic red lace leaves in the garden. It's going to be playing with a lot of stuff during the fall time whenever this thing goes like this beautiful shade of red. And yeah, I just love the Ryusen styles. I think they allow a lot of creativity in the garden. That's important, man, because, you know, it's like no one tree is the same, man, but no one garden is the same either.
That's right, man.
So I just love that, and I love being able to kind of manipulate things in the garden and change how they look, stake them up a little bit, leave a more naturalistic approach to it. It's just fun. That's what I like getting into the garden. Tell us what you like getting into the garden in the comment sections below. Everybody's got their favorite thing that they love doing, man.
Oh yeah.
For me, I just love repotting stuff is so fun because you're like, man, you get to see all that growth that happened and get to put it in a larger pot where that tree's just gonna get even bigger, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the lineup. We had a lot of great plants for you guys. I mean, you could buy this list that we had today and have a pretty dynamic garden to start with. So appreciate y'all tuning in. We do this every week, every Tuesday, every Thursday. We got a huge lineup of plants for you guys every single week, so we appreciate you hanging out with us today.
Remember, take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.